guys and ghouls, so today I have another TKMAXX haul. Honestly, I have to say I think the TKMAXX hauls are gonna begin to filter and die out, which I'm very kind of sad about. It seemed like just the other day the first kind of things of Halloween was spotted within HOMESENSE and TKMAXX, and now we've had the final orders. Now all the orders, which means everything you see within store is everything you're gonna get. It's just gonna be Christmas deliveries from now on. So it's really sad to say that the HOMESENSE and TKMAXX hauls are probably going to start filtering and dying out now. But the positive of it means soon there's going to be Halloween sales in TKMAXX and HOMESENSE. They usually start around the 15th of October, and also it means that all the other high street stores are beginning to stock, which is really exciting. I really wanted to show you two items which I got from TKMAXX just because I feel like time is ticking, and if you do want any of these items, you better go right now to get them. So saying that, I physically didn't pick up either of these items from within store. I have seen one of these within my store, but I was actually sent it from Simply Gothic because I didn't think I was gonna find it in my store, and one item I did buy online. So I'm gonna start with this because this is what Simply Gothic picked up for me. How cute is this? Now, I know I said I wasn't gonna get any more Halloween mugs, but this one is just everything I've ever needed. Of course, I have my very favorite Pumpkin Man mug, and I do actually have a cat version of this from Joanna Parker. But I haven't got like one that is like this, where it's like a cat in a pumpkin. I just thought that was so cute. Now, I did think when I saw this picture I may make this my new filming mug, but I have to be completely honest with you. Now that I have it in my hand, I'm realizing that it isn't the best quality. Like, it is a good quality, but I am terrified of chipping it. I feel like this would chip so easily. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it says hand wash only, and actually under the sticker it also says it's not microwavable safe. So this is literally going to be one of those mugs where you use it very carefully, you wash it very carefully, and you put it back very carefully, which is such a shame because it is such a gorgeous design. But I was going to make it my filming mug, but just because I am always using and I'm always filming, I would just hate for this to smash or get broken. So I think this is going to be more of a casual, like, well, I say casual, like special mug, like one I use on very special occasions, because it is so gorgeous. Now, it does feel like relatively thin, however it still sort of feels sturdy enough. It obviously feels like it could take a cup of tea, like it would be fine for a cup of tea. It's quite a big mug, as you can see, but I have the feeling that this paint will chip really easily. So yeah, I'm just going to be a little bit cautious with it. So this is the cat's head. I 100% will be painting these eyes green, but this is how the cat looks. He has his little ears either side, which is so adorable. And we come down and he's got this cute little stripy bow tie on. I guess this does almost give me Joanna Parker vibe feelings, a little bit like vintage Halloween. And as you can see, it is fully 3D, so it goes round the whole way. Then he has what I assume is like a shirt or like a t-shirt on, which is orange with black spots, and on the back you can see that his little tail is coming out of the back of the t-shirt. And then we come down to the bottom part of him, which is his cute little pumpkin face. We've got his little arms kind of resting on his belly, and then we have the handle coming up the side, which is black and orange. So that is the main design of him. He is just white on the inside, and on the bottom it says that he is made by a company called Sheffield Home, and he was $3.99. So as you can see, he was a very reasonable price, but unfortunately I feel like when you're buying things for that sort of price, you do also have to take into account that maybe the quality won't be as good. The time that this is kind of designed to last is probably a lot shorter, and I would suggest that maybe they've made these for people in mind who are looking for a mug to use on Halloween night and not for the whole year. But I definitely think he's very cute. I always think there's like a lot of potential for mugs, although I have a lot of mugs and a lot of them are just sat on a shelf. I'm not going to lie to you. There are lots of things you can do with them. You could plant things, you could just get my toothbrush, you can put your toothbrush in there, you could put pens in there. If you had any small like bottles or anything really, you could store them in a mug, which is really handy. There's always lots of uses for them. I think probably I would suggest this mug is so gorgeous, it's so beautiful, but I definitely feel like this is more of like a storage mug than a using mug, if that makes any sense. I just love this mug so much. It incorporates loads of things about Halloween, which I love. It's got the pumpkin, it's got the cat, it's got like the vintagey vibe, and it's a mug. So yeah, I'm super pleased with this. So a massive thank you to Simply Gothic for picking it up for me. On the little label it just says trick or treat, and it has to or from on the back. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this little guy. I feel like it's definitely going to go really nicely in my collection, even if I do end up just kind of slotting him in my pumpkin patch, or if I turn him into some kind of pen holder. So actually we're going for a bit of a ceramic theme today, because the next thing I have to show you is this. Now I bought this online. I do always check TKMAXX for updates, and the website updated this and I bought it within like 10 minutes of it updating, and then it sold out. So it went really quickly. It did then come back the next day. This item seems to be selling out quickly, but kind of is replenished quickly as well. So when I'm filming this, it is still available online, so if you are after one of these, you can still get one. On the Facebook Halloween pages and on my Google group, a lot of people have been discussing whether or not it's worth ordering from the TKMAXX website, because so many things do arrive broken. Some things, it doesn't matter how much you package them, they are just prone to breaking, which is a real shame. So what I would suggest you do is have it delivered to a store, if you do have a store close by. Now I think a lot of people, I think it's a lot more common to have a TKMAXX near you than a HomeSense, which is kind of handy. So if you do have a TKMAXX near but maybe it doesn't have the best selection, I would definitely order it to your TKMAXX and just pick it up there. It does mean that you can open it there and check that it's not broken, and if it is broken you can get a refund there and then. You don't need to faff around sending emails, sending photos, or even going back into store. But also I have found that the kind of courier service seems to be a little bit better when you're getting it delivered in store. It seems to be wrapped really nicely, and they're kind of wrapping it for the store rather than just chucking it in a box for a customer, which is a shame. I personally haven't received anything really broken or smashed up from HomeSense or TKMAXX. I've had things delivered to my door and I have things delivered to within store, but just to be safe I would say get it delivered in store, then you can get a refund if you want to. And it does seem that the courier service and also the packaging is much better if you are picking it up. I got this little guy. He doesn't actually have the price on him, but he was $9.99, and I really liked him. I did see a few people post pictures of him within the Halloween groups on Facebook, and I thought he was really cute. And then when I saw him online I thought he was cute, and then when I got him in real life I absolutely fell in love with it. I thought it was just going to be an item that I would just sort of like, but when I saw it in real life I was like, wow, this is just everything I've ever wanted. It is quite obviously an American brand, because as you can see there is a lot of candy corns featured within it, and candy corns are just not a thing we get here in the UK. Now on the bottom it does say Blue Sky 2009, so I'm not sure if that is the brand, but on the back it does also say Heather Goldmine, and I'm assuming that may be the designer. So yeah, it is really gorgeous, and it's nothing like what I've got in TKMAXX or HomeSense so far. Everything I've got has been very, well, it's been kind of resin, so it's sort of been the cats have been a black resin, for example, or the pumpkins are an orange resin. But this is like a ceramic, and all the details have been painted on there. Now there's a lot going on in here, so I'm going to take you in close and just go through all the elements. But this is basically what the overall thing looks like. There is a hole at the top because this is a tea light holder, which means there's a hole at the bottom for putting your tea light in. And then the hole at the top is where the heat comes out, and then there are various other little holes all around just for the light to shine through. So overall it is a tea light holder. I'd say it's probably around 15, maybe nearing on 20 centimeters tall, so it's quite a nice size, and it is super detailed. As you can see, there are details and features on every single side of it. So let's start at the top. This is meant to be an ice cream or an ice cream shop. So there is a little cone there, and then the pumpkin is in the cone as if he was the ice cream. And coming out of him he has these two candy corns. One of them is really twisty, whereas this one isn't so much. You can kind of bend these like however you'd like them, so I guess I could make it a little bit more twisty, but this is what the candy corns look like on the top. The only thing I find slightly odd about this is that these candy corns are matte. Like they're painted, like it's obviously clay, but it's just been painted matte, whereas the rest of it is all shiny. That's the only weird thing about this. So I think I may go ahead and give these a bit of a varnish, but those are the top bits. And then we come down to the roof. So the roof has some little stars out cut out of it. And then there is this candy corn print in the back. It has a very hand painted look to it. As you can see, the candy corns are different sizes and shapes, and they're almost in sort of like different directions. So you can see that it has been hand painted. Now let's go round. Here are the tiles on the roof, and as you can see, there are little candy corns. Now these candy corns are risen, so they are meant to be there. They're not just randomly painted on there. They are sort of designed to be on the roof. And again, we've got some stars. If we come round to the back, we have this same sort of candy corn print going on here, and then we have a ice cream. This one is kind of, it is embossed slightly, but it is slightly flatter than the rest of the sides. And then we come back round to this side, which is very similar with the tiles and the 2 candy corn. So then as we go down, it has the sign for the ice cream parlor, and it has 3 little pumpkins. Again, a very hand painted look. You can see that the pumpkins aren't in the middle, the writing's a bit skew-iff. I do quite like that. I know it's not like the most professional finished off look, but I do like the kind of handmade look. And if we go from this direction, you'll be able to see just here that they are on tiny little kind of spaces to bring this out a bit. So it is sticking out from the shop window. Now, either side we have 2 really long cones with pumpkins on top. These cones go from the bottom of the roof all the way down to the floor of the shop. Then we have a little purple window, and it says open all night, spelt N-I-T-N. I'm not really sure what that means. Oh, does that say 9? I'm not really sure. I think it's meant to say open all night, but again, very kind of hand painted-y look. We then have a purple door that opens up. There's a little spider in the entrance, and then on the door it has some twirls and some stars. Now on the sides are exactly the same on each side, as you can see. But on here it says ice cream flavors. So we have spiders and cream, we have ghostly vanilla, which I think is probably one of my favorite flavors, and batty taffy. I feel actually like I'd need a 3-scoop ice cream and just have one of each of these flavors. So yeah, that is the kind of ice cream parlor up close. Inside there is a slight kind of indent, and it says place tea light here. So it goes into there. I like the fact it's indented. It means it's not going to be rolling around. Then you have the name there, and then as you can see on the bottom, I think that is the brand that makes them, Blue Sky 2009. So I was definitely really pleased with this item. For £9, I feel like it's very detailed, and I do tend to love kind of miniature stuff which is very highly detailed, and this definitely kind of fits into that category. I love ice cream, so obviously that is a pro. Oh, I've just also noticed there's a tiny little candy corn down here on the bottom. There's just one here down at the bottom. There's not one on this side. Random. So yeah, I really liked this. There were a few other little kind of shop ones and little houses. I haven't actually been able to find any in store or get my hands on them. If I was to see them pop up again this year or maybe next year, TKMAXX and HOMESENSE do tend to release things in 3-year chunks. So they come out 1 year, just a few of them, see how they sell. They do sell well. They come out a 2nd year where everyone kind of gets their hands on them, and then finally they come out for the 3rd year for all the kind of strugglers, just so the last people can kind of get their hands on them. But then it does start to die out as new trends and new styles come through. So hopefully I may be able to find the other like versions of this shop next year or in the next coming years. And I have seen quite a few pieces kind of from this designer. They did actually have a ghost. I was considering getting the ghost, but I kind of went for the shop instead. So this is my little ice cream shop. I'm going to need to find somewhere to put this. I think it will look super cute lit up. I probably won't be putting a real tea light in there. I think it will look good with a little electric one. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this little guy. As I said, I bought him online. I had him delivered to store. He was wrapped amazingly. He's got no chips, no breakages. I'm just so happy to have this in my collection. It's not like anything else that I own already. So I will leave links down below to the TKMAXX website if you are planning to buy one of these. I haven't seen any of the mugs on the TKMAXX website, but I have seen them loads and loads within store, so I am sure you'll still be able to pick one up if you go. So thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please do leave them down below. If it's anywhere you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!